Here we are. Here we are again. Hello, everyone. And so today we're going to talk about my favorite licks, right? So if you guys are expecting me to show you amazing licks and complicated stuff, I might disappoint you. So let me say hi to everyone here. All right, Gregory, Eric, Cracer, Tup. Yeah, Nexion, how are you guys doing? Victoria. And yeah, so, yeah, let me know, first of all, let me know if you guys prefer to practice and to learn and to evolve as a guitar player and as a musician. Playing songs, learning licks and phrases from songs, or like exercises. It's almost the same. It's similar, but it's a little bit different. You might choose one song to practice and as a goal to play the entire song, or do you get exercises and licks and phrases, and you build a list of licks and phrases and exercises, and you practice from that list? Or do you prefer playing along and learning songs as a way of evolving as a musician? Let me know. So, bonsoir, ça va bien? All right. Fiorella. So this is an Italian name, right? Okay, so exercises, licks. Yeah, people like licks. I thought it would be a very good headline for this live stream here. So, just double check, quick sound check here. Let me know if everything's working. And yeah, so let me show you some things that I was trying to think, well, my licks, Of course, I have my phrases and licks, things that I repeat a lot. So I was trying to think. One thing that I like is to use, to repeat the same note, right, in different strings. So let's say I play C here, then I would play C here. So let's say, let's get A minor here. The arpeggio. So that's something that I use a lot. So I visualize the arpeggio, right? And now, so I have A, E, the fifth, and then I repeat the E here. Instead of going straight to the arpeggio, I repeat the note. So now we have two notes here, which is the fifth again, and the minor third. Now the minor third is again here, next string, right? C, and then A. So I'm back to. Right? And then you have this. I like the sound, of it. The repetition. So it is like you repeat the note, but then the accent is different. It's not the same as playing. Is the second E here is almost like a ghost note. So, and then you can continue. And then I'm here, right? So let me know if you guys got that, So. You can go here. So I can I'm playing always the same three notes, A, C, and E, and I'm using the repetition, right? Same note in different strings. So it gives you a flavor, gives you a vibe, gives you a certain style, and then you're playing triads, you're playing the arpeggios, but it doesn't sound like, you know, which is good too. It sounds okay, but it's just a different thing, you know. Good. All right, so let's say if I let me play here, put a minor. Too loud. Then I play like, sometimes I even don't play the note. You know, I use as a ghost note, right? So, all right, so yeah, let put the backing track, maybe it's too loud, is it? All right, so, you know. Right, any questions? So yeah, a lot of solos I use this idea, you know, in many situations. And of course, when you're able to see, you know, to visualize the intervals here, you can always and then add some other notes, right? So I'm repeating the notes, but I'm adding some other notes, maybe in this case here from the pentatonic, or maybe just a chromatic. Cool. So yeah. All right, I'm getting addicted to guitar. Oh, that's good. Good news. Good news. All right. Yeah. So Capt Kip said he practiced repetition on the pentatonic. Since I showed, oh yeah, the Guitar Hacks workout I'm showing, which is the program, you can go there, guitarhacks.com, and then I showed this exercise, you know, playing the pentatonics, 3 notes per string, you know. And then you have the repetition here. You know, here's it's pretty wide, you know, but if you play in E minor, it's easier. And then you can see and hear, right? Yeah. I remember like one of my first albums, Angra albums in the 90s, and I used to play a little bit using, maybe it was not that, I was not sure how to use this idea, but I remember the producer complaining that that's weird, you know, you're repeating the notes, it doesn't sound, and then he didn't like it, and then in the end I think I didn't use much on the first 2 albums, right, on my solos on the first 2 albums, and then later on I started using more, you know, maybe it was not well played as well, but then afterwards I started using a lot this idea. So it's not a lick, but it's an idea that you can build thousands of licks from that. And that's what I like, and that's what I want to talk about here. It's like small ideas that, you know, you can expand from those small ideas. So here is basically you open your hand and accept the fact that you have the same note in 2 different strings and use that to get a specific characteristic and a specific sound, right? Another thing here, let's see, kind of a jazz approach, I would say, like a lick like this, you know, just that. So like, come on, lick, come on, Kiko, this is not a lick. Come on, lick, this is not a Kiko. Come on, Kiko, this is not a lick. It's just like 3 notes. But the idea is like how, where can you apply this? So imagine again A minor, right? So okay, always the same, like going. So that's the way I think. So I visualize the scale. It can be the pentatonic, can be the modes, and then I have an idea. The idea is those 3 notes chromatic, right? So, right? Something like this, you know. Got it? So that's a very, you know, chromatic thing. But the idea is it's not only chromatic. It's like 3 notes group, you know, just an idea of a 3 notes group. So you can play like so here, and then maybe you know, here I cannot end in because this note is off, so I add another note in between and finish. Or something like, you see, I'm thinking about this and adding something else. Right, so yeah, let's see. So something simple. Right? The idea in the pentatonic. So or. See here? Wow. Right? Something like this, or the other one. That's a simple thing, but of course, I you know, it's hard to be playing the whole time the same thing. I try to do this. Yeah, something like that. Let me try again, please. Here. Right? So you kind of visualize the pentatonic or the modes and try to add those 3 notes there. And of course, this is a simple idea and quite simple actually, but if you start trying to use everywhere, it might be confusing, you know, it might be challenging to add this in different keys and different places and inside the arpeggios, inside the modes. Maybe, you know, like jumping octaves, things like that. And then of course you can do something. Do a different combination, like a pattern, like, but still thinking on those 3 notes. So the idea here is like, is there a big lick, like a long phrase? But actually, the smaller idea, the better. You know, the smaller idea you have or you understand and you memorize, and you are able to apply in different places, the better you will be, because then you will build your own licks on the spot. Right? Does it make sense? So let me see what you guys are saying here. All right. I wish I could sit and trade licks back and forth. Yeah, that's good. What's my favorite Jimmy Page lick? Like the final lick, the last one before the before the final outro for Start to Heaven, right? Yeah, I remember. I think it was one of my first guitar lessons. Actually, my first guitar lesson, I should do a YouTube video about this, my first guitar lesson. Actually, I'm not going to show you my first guitar lesson because I have to do a YouTube video about it. So, and then I'm not going to show you guys now because then, you guys are not going to watch my my first guitar lesson. I was, 14 anyways. But it was the Led Zeppelin riff. All right, so what else? So another thing that I like to use a lot, I've been using too many times, so I have to, pay attention on not repeating myself too much, is, and it's very simple, it's like so stupid, but it's like this. So it's a slide with the fourth finger. Yes. Is it something interesting? Does this sound like a lick? Like something like this. So basically I'm doing any phrase or something and then I add that to the lick. Does it make sense? Let me see what you guys are saying here. Now you guys want to know which song which song was the first song that I learned on the guitar. But I will not tell you. I told you. I will not tell you. I have to do a video only about this. And then, of course, I will get some copyright claim from YouTube. But anyways, who cares? Yeah, the overflow lick has that, right? Everywhere. Actually, I was like, wow. When I was doing the checking the songbook for the open source, which is an amazing songbook, by the way. It's amazing because I didn't transcribe, actually, it was Levi Clay did it. I just, double checked, and then it's amazing, yeah. So normally, if I need to learn the songs or, remember the solos, or I go there because that's better than what I can play, So that's the songbook. But yeah, so when I was, double checking and correcting little things, I noticed like, wow, it's like I'm doing this all the time. It became a thing, So sometimes you notice that you're always doing the same thing, so you have to pay attention to flip somehow, do something else, maybe close to that, but something else. So yeah, so something like, so let's say you're doing like again A minor arpeggio, right? I'm playing A minor arpeggio because I guess you guys know, right? So 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. So you're doing like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 1 2 3, and then because you add that one note, and then the same phrase is gonna be dislocated, right? And yeah, so that's what and then you figure out how to end the phrase. It might be a problem, but yeah, so that's the idea, So just it can be like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. But if you're doing like So something like, no, or I could do 4, 1, 5, 4, 1, 5, and then start inverting the idea, right? Let's see if it's a good idea or not. So, I have two mouses here. I get confused sometimes. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, so it's yeah, it works, and it's a simple thing. You just add a simple thing, just like, and then you could do like a to the G, like a G, then would be inside the minor scale, would be inside the minor pentatonic. But if I do the half step, now I'm playing the minor arpeggio with the major seventh, which is a part of a melodic minor scale or harmonic minor scale. For the ones that like names, you know, so the mode that has a minor triad with a major seventh is a mode from the melodic minor and or harmonic minor scale. So it gives that you know, kind of a interesting sound, you know, which I love that, right? So basically, that changing the minor seventh to the major seventh, if it's a Dorian mode, would be melodic minor. If it's a Aeolian mode, would be harmonic minor. Okay, although those two scales, they came for different, they came for a different purpose, not for this jazz sounding licks, but anyways, it is a cool sound. I use that a lot. The other day, somebody asked me, "Do you use melodic minor?" I had to answer, yes, maybe in all my solos somehow, but in this way, you know, using a minor triad with a major seventh, right? Okay, the pinky slide. All right, good stuff. So another thing that I could, you know, simple ideas that the concept of this, you know, live stream here about my favorite licks is actually not to show my favorite licks, is mainly to show some mannerisms that I do that kind of helps me to create the licks, you know, and probably you have yours, and then or you can develop those little things, and then you start combining, you know, and then the more you combine those little things, the more interesting is going to be your solo, you know. And another thing that I use a lot, and I know it's easier for you guys to learn, is this. Yes, this. I like that because you can play like this, like ghost, note, and legato, right? Or you can do like this, playing twice, you know. So just a simple thing, again, it's like a little pattern. And yeah, so now you just, so imagine if you play. So it's kind of what I played in the beginning, right, with the repetition, repeated notes lick. It comes from this. right? So you see? Right? You know, of course, now I'm repeating this idea, so it's very clear. But if you start mixing with the other ideas, you know, now you might have a longer lick, you know. And then actually what you're thinking is only those little things. It's not a gigantic phrase like a 16 bars phrase, you know. There's a slash. Slash plays that. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So he has, slash is, no, slash, the Sweet Child O' Mine, right? Oh, yeah, he plays that, exactly, yeah. Maybe I learned from him, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's like a Jimmy Page or a Jeff Beck thing. Right? So it's really good. It works, you know. I mean, I think it's a great reference, you know, mentioning Slash, and one of the best souls in history, you know, so I think it's a good thing. Yeah, Baião. Yeah, it's pretty Brazilian vibe. Because it comes like also, you know, if you play. Right? You see, I'm using the same idea, and I'm using the pentatonic, A minor pentatonic. So trying to use what you guys probably know, which is the, you know, the pentatonic. But then you play this, which is is not a difficult thing to play, I guess, right? So it's just two up and down here, you know, downstroke, upstroke, and then legato, pull off. And then just keep doing it, and then try to get some sort of a groove or a way, a style, you know, with the ghost note. Or I like to kind of the upstroke kind of have how could I describe that? You know, almost if it's not too fast, you can even do like double upstroke, just to have this. You know, it's like when you're cleaning your nail. You know that sound here. Yeah, you know this. Got it? Yeah. All right, so good stuff. Good stuff. Favorite Iron Maiden lick? Iron Maiden lick. So many. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I kind of know how to play the riffs, some of the riffs, but the licks, you know, I know like the Dave Murray does a lot. You know, those trios. You know, and he's pretty fast actually, quite difficult. pentatonic, using the pentatonic and doing those trills. Good stuff. The Trooper, yes, yes, yes. Oh, those rhythmic ghost notes are so Kiko. Yeah, Nexion, how are you, man? Yeah, I try to use a lot. I mean, it's kind of natural in a way. It was not in the beginning, many years ago when I started playing. But now I try to, every time more, to use that. And when you're playing with a clean tone, it's easier to show those dynamics with ghost notes and playing, harder and softer. But when you have distortion, you have to exaggerate a little bit more the actual note, and then in the end you're using a lot of ghost notes, because to differentiate like the real note and the kind of the percussive note. So yeah, so then I started, I think I was trying to get that sound, and then I started using a lot, and now I'm using maybe too much. But the more you use some things, that's a good advice. Although if you repeat yourself a lot, it's not a good thing. You're always playing the same things. At the same time, if you repeat yourself a lot, you kind of create your own style, because any players, you will see, okay, they are always doing the same kind of licks or kind of phrases, kind of tricks, but in different context and different situations, right? So there's the bad side is like, oh, I'm repeating myself all the time. So that's maybe that's more like an internal feeling that we have, because like you're repeating the same licks, but that actually from the outside, someone that is listening will recognize you because of that. So sometimes you have to insist using the same tricks or the same ideas. Tricks maybe is not the right word for that. The same ideas, because you're creating your own style, right? So yeah, let me. So we talked about the chromatic. We talked about the repetition, right? Repeated notes, the slide. So here, but I don't use the slide. Chromatic, what else? Target notes is something that I use a lot too. Something I like to use those. That's a lick. This is a lick. A lick like this, This is the lick, the jazz lick. But if you start applying different places, then you lose that that sound, because it finished at on the root, right? Or this is very Mark Friedman. Actually, he played in Imminent Threat from open source. I think Mark Friedman played this. Wait, you find this phrase in the Symphony of Destruction solo as well, and which is the same thing, but it's major. Major. No. So, it's a short idea, It's a simple and short idea, very melodic, right? And then if you start adding this to your solos, just once, if you figure out how to add that in your solo just once, it will sound interesting. Let's try. Let me see if I can do it. Something like this. This harmony doesn't help because it has a two, modal chords. Here. I think you got the point, right? Yeah, that's the song Du Monde. Yeah. Du Monde. Have a B flat, doesn't help much, right? Yeah, that's the melody here. Right? All right. Cool. So just try to repeat all the notes you can find using two strings. Slides somewhere just to add a note. So to your phrase, it's something like you hear pentatonic. Right? So just add this slide so you dislocate the whole phrasing. And the lick. And this is like very chorinho, which is a style from Brazil. And they use a lot that. And what else? The chromatic idea. And we have many other little things like this that you can start combining and just build your own thing. It's just like playing Legos. Lego, sorry. Yeah, it's not Legos. Lego. Just start building stuff, and create something interesting. Cool. All right, so let me... Tango has a lot of that. If I know Astor Piazzolla, of course. Yes. Yeah, love it. Adios Nonino. And then all those songs, yeah. There's like the Duo Assad, which is a duo acoustic guitar, classical duo from Brazil, the Assad brothers. They have those pieces that Piazzolla made for them, It's pure 100% great stuff. All right, so tell us about the harmony of this track. All right, so yeah, it goes a little bit off of our topic here, but anyways, let's see. Let's think together, because I don't remember. So, right? So A minor. So the key is A minor. Then the relative, so C major. Then I go to the fourth degree, so A, B, C, D. Go to the fourth. A very progression that you hear everywhere. So it's very familiar to us because of the harmonic series as going to the fourth degree, 4, 5, 1. So then I play the 4, 5, 1. So I play D minor and then E major. But when I play the E major, I put the third on the bass. So then you have that, right? So A minor, C major, 4, 5, 1. And then from the A region, I get the B flat. That would be a way to see that. That's the way I see it. I'm getting for the A region, the B flat major. You could say is a sub 5. There's another name for that, because you can substitute dominant for the tritone. And so if you have an E major, you can substitute for the B flat. And what else? And then I play again the D minor, but instead of doing the E major to complete the progression, and the E major prepare the A minor again, the E major to prepare the A minor again, then I play the C sharp major, which is a thing called medians, and it's a little bit more modern. And then it sounds interesting, and I like that, It's basically relations of thirds. So instead of playing E major, I play the minor third from the E major, which is the C sharp major. Or you can see is a major third distance from the A. So it works. It's weird, maybe, because you're here, and then you here. Yeah. So then you have to adapt the melody and the improvisation. That's why I was playing A minor, showing the licks. Then those chords kind of, not perfect. Mainly when you play the C sharp major, you should adapt. And then A minor doesn't really work. But, it's fine because the next chord is A minor. So you're kind of creating a tension right there, and then it's all good. Everybody goes to A minor again. Is it too complicated? Or is this boring? I don't know. I love harmony, and I'm trying not to go too fancy on the names and stuff like that. Maybe at some point, another day, we can talk about harmony in general. I think any song that has interesting harmony is it's just much better, because you can. It's easier to work a nice and beautiful melody if you have a underneath beautiful layer, which is the chord progressions. So it makes life easier to create a melody or to create a nice and beautiful improvisation on top. So I think it's really important to understand harmony if you want to be a composer, if you want to write your own songs, at least the basic levels, stuff that I'm saying here, kind of, the 4-5-1, and, relative, some, getting some modal progressions and things like that. Please dumb it down for us. I know this phrase. Yeah, don't tell. I will not tell you where we use a lot this phrase. People tell me this. All right. Look, harmony is why we play music. Yeah. All right. It's not boring. But all those chords that I've been using, all my songs you find those chords. I think if you play like, and for improvisations and creating licks and everything is, and melodies, everything is the same. The concept is like all the familiar stuff, and then you throw something that is not so familiar, So here, like, that's all familiar. Not familiar. Not so familiar, but it's pretty familiar already. But anyways, because it's not from the A minor Aeolian key. And then when I play at the very end, I play the C sharp major. Now is a surprise, but then you're back, So, yeah, let me see if you guys can hear that when I play the melody. This chord. There. Have to play the C sharp. Right? Yeah. Right? So, yeah, when it comes to C sharp major, you have to change. Basically, if you have a common note with this, it's the F, right? Which is actually is not the F, is like the E sharp, but it's the F, for you guys. It's the same thing. But when you play D minor, is F. When you play C sharp major, then it's not F anymore. It's the E sharp. Go figure. All right, so. Which is the backing track. So the backing tracks from my album, this is all available. I don't have the, if you go to my channel and put open source backing tracks, you will find a video there where you find the link. You can download. It's free. Just download the backing tracks, and you can download all the stems, only drums, only bass, guitars, the whole thing. You use as much as you want. It's free, and yeah, so enjoy, and just try to make all the songs from other melodies, all the stuff from those tracks, and let me know. And hashtag open source, open source jam, open source project, and then yeah, I want to see you playing this. All right, Christine, thank you very much. Backing tracks. Here's the link. Just go there and download. This is the song Du Monde. Yes, French name, Du Monde. And then that's the chorus of the song. I just, selected that part, and then just I'm just repeating the whole thing. That's the idea of the open source. Yes, Andre. The idea is the open source. Just open source. Just this is the beginning of of our music. So I created this with that melody. Maybe you can get that backing track and create another melody, and have fun as well. And from there, you now it's your song. Now it's your melody. Now you have all your ideas, and then we all share that and collaborate with this as the source, of inspiration for everybody. Hopefully, And then, of course, you can download only the drums and then create another chord progression, Or you can get the bass line and invert if you know how to do like basic stuff from Logic, Pro Tools. Just, you play C major and then go to A minor and then go to minor, or you start from the C sharp and then go to C. You have all those chords, so you can try to, interchange them in a different way and see what happens, and yeah, right. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us here, and see you next week. And if you guys like, I can talk more about licks and ideas like this for improvisations. Cool. Thank you very much. So again, you guys can download the backing tracks there, as we said. We have the link for the songbook as well. And enjoy, have fun, and see you next week. And have a great day for you guys. And here it's pretty late, so cheers. Bye-bye. Oops, wrong mouse. Bye-bye.